Okay, we're back. We had some stupid, weird audio settings. Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Huh?
Kind of like sounding like an alien there for a little bit.
Did you?
No, not at all. Elliot liked it though. Sorry, I'm curious to what you're doing. This is my first time.
It's your first time?
It's my first time.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. I am still checking sound levels and stuff.
Well, now we gotta jog his memory on what he was going to say before all of this. What did we call it? Snafu. We were
What?
talking about Elon Musk and how douchey Jeff Bezos is, and you were gonna say something. I can't remember, and you
Oh
can't
yeah,
remember. We're so far past that now, I guess.
I'm fucking old, and I can't remember good stuff. Very good.
I mean, I think that's good enough, right?
In a podcast? No, I'm sorry.
Showdown.
Bye.
Brought to you by Watermelon Crush.
You're the youngest one in the room, so I don't like.
Tell my niece that.
Your niece?
Niece.
The bee's knees.
Haha. See, second person that's used that phrase on our podcast.
Really?
Wait, is this like Pee Wee's Playhouse and we're all supposed to scream now?
No,
Oh,
no, I said the bee's knees the other day, and he's just like, what?
Who said that?
I did.
No, I mean, who gave the face?
You did.
Did I? Maybe because it's like something from the 30s.
Well, you know.
I listen to music from the 30s.
Yeah. If you ask Alexa what's been played in this house in the past 2 weeks, it's probably going to be pretty weird.
Like 30s music?
Like everything. Especially during the Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, no, god damn it, I said classic Christmas music.
Starts playing like Tiny Bubbles by Don Ho or some shit.
I ask her all kinds of stupid shit. And then she starts asking me questions, and when I ask her, like one day she told me to tell her what my favorite color is, and when I told her, and then like 5 minutes later, I like called one of the kids in and I was like, watch this. And I was like, Alexa, what's my favorite color? And she's like, I don't know that. And I'm like, you just fucking asked me that, and I just told you 3 minutes ago. She fucks with me all the goddamn time.
What color did you say?
Blue?
Okay. Because technically, if you would have said black, her proper response should have been black is actually the absence of color.
Have you tried this?
I have not.
She probably... Go for it.
Alexa, what color is black?
Black is the darkest color, the result of the absence of complete absorption of visible light.
Not bad.
Close. Yeah. No.
Find out Whiskey and Alexa are dating.
Alexa, will you date me?
I'd like you as a friend.
Fuck you too, buddy.
She friend zoned you awfully quick.
Rejected.
Twice in 24 hours. Holy fuck.
She didn't even like hesitate either. She was just like friend zone right now. She didn't like not return your calls or ignore your text messages. She was just like cutting to the chase. just doing it right now. She's such a bitch to me too. It's okay. I asked her one day if she liked me, or I asked her if she thought I was crazy, and she said, you seem fine to me. Like she's trying to convince me that
she don't want you to come in there and speed up the play. Alexa, do you have big boobies?
No, that's a bad sound.
Shut you down right there.
Yeah,
that's like not answering to a Tinder chat thing right there.
Wow,
what she just did. Hilarious.
Well, I guess I'm not getting a fucking Alexa.
Oh, you can call her Alexis too.
So I guess we should get to the elephant in the room. There are elephants in the Capitol.
Smooth.
Good like that.
What about him?
Well, I want to know Whiskey's opinion because he's always proclaimed to be a self-righteous Republican.
Is that? Do you say that? Do you like walk up into people's houses and like, "Hey y'all, I'm a self-righteous Republican."
No, so he
No.
don't like talking to people. He wears a T-shirt that says it.
So,
This T-shirt is probably like one of two colors of T-shirts I fucking have. Like, it's either this one that's all black all the way around, or fucking navy blue that's.
I've
like all
known
the way
Whiskey
around.
for almost 20 years. This is the second time I've ever seen him wear a black T-shirt.
Oh bullshit! Oh fucking bullshit!
Everything else is blue. Everything else is blue. Dark blue.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. It's either navy blue or black.
Yep.
That's all I got.
I've seen you wear a black T-shirt.
I'm like Doug Funny, if anyone knows who that
I
is.
think who?
From Nickelodeon back in the day.
The
like,
30s.
no,
you know,
he had all the same clothes in the closet. That's me. Like,
have cable when he was a kid.
No.
oh yeah, you did live in a population of like 6 town. Sorry,
Yeah, it was 6.5 if you count the
the local
thing falling
retard.
around in the woods.
I thought you were gonna say the Carney,
No, I mean,
but technically she didn't live there the same time you did anyway. So
yeah, I wouldn't consider her a
half.
person.
Oh.
Human. Woman. I mean, there's so many things.
I mean, biologically, she's obviously a woman. She had a kid, so
I mean, we don't know if she stole that kid.
Fucking stole the kid.
I mean, we don't.
from a population of 6, like where did she get this?
I mean, she had to come to this town to have the kid, supposedly. But her jawline is like stronger than the rocks.
Yeah.
She looks like a dude I went to school with. She, maybe he went trans.
But wouldn't the
He
dude
was taller though.
wouldn't the dude that got with her know that same dude because it was a population of 6?
No, because
But he's a meth head, so or he was a meth head, so
yeah. So
he might not have noticed.
equals out.
He's like, looks good to me. Something familiar about you. I like that.
Is your heart made of copper? Because I'm gonna steal that shit.
Exactly.
Do your veins come out like wiring?
Let's find out.
Well, that'd be like a tool video then.
It'd be like Deliverance or something like that. No, it was more like was that Hostel or like Saw or something? I don't know.
Now you're getting into those movies I've never seen.
Yeah, I don't like those kind of movies. They're too like I'm okay with gory. I'm not okay with forcing good people to do bad things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm not okay with that either. I like the Saw movies because I like the ingenuity behind the traps.
So watch Mythbusters.
No, it's different.
Okay.
Fucking Mythbusters. We go from Saw to Mythbusters.
Right. I mean,
I love some Mythbusters, so
I
like,
do too. It sucks that Asian dude died. He was
Yeah.
fucking pretty cool. He was
But,
a smart motherfucker.
yeah, and they had a spinoff because Mythbusters actually ended, and there was 2 spinoffs. One where not Jamie, what's the other one?
Did y'all say Mistbusters?
I've got a list. Fuck you.
I know. I'm just trying to. Is that like when they got diarrhea farts?
No, that's when they don't hit the target with the dummy. It's Mythbusters. And his name is Buster, so it works.
Apparently, she's watched the show too much.
I've watched it a little. So they got a spinoff with the other one, not Jamie, but the other one, and it's just for kids. Like they have kids doing all these things. And then the other one had,
His name's Adam.
yes, thank you. I'm tired. Fuck off. Say that at work all the time too. Fuck
They need to
off.
get that dude from India to like teach kids about electricity. The dude is always getting always fucking getting shocked.
You talking about Bin Laden? No, that's not his name.
He was technically drowned,
Yes.
not shot. So
He's just some Indian dude.
Yeah, I
that-
can't remember his name. What's his name? Spoonie Electrics. No, I don't know what it is.
I don't know, but this dude is not good at it.
No, he gets shocked a lot. Like he messes up a lot. He hurts himself a lot.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
he does it for the views, man.
I want to say
Self-sacrifice.
purpose, but a lot of his things are on purpose.
Yeah, they gotta be
I don't like that.
millions of subscribers for that.
no.
Is the sound good now? Lava? Anybody watching?
Anybody.
I mean, there's two for the moment.
We lost two. God damn it.
You know what a Prince Albert
It'll
piercing is?
It'll jump out. If me,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like it always makes me think of, for some reason, Prince Albert. I don't know why this is. I think of Prince Albert in a can.
We sell that at my store.
So then it
What
automatically.
is that?
So I don't know what
It's
it is.
tobacco.
Oh, it's tobacco. Okay. So I don't know what it is, but since they sell it in a can, it automatically makes me think of tuna fish. So you say Prince Albert, and I think of tuna can. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, do you know what the
Oh,
tuna?
yeah.
Okay.
No, I know what it is. It's like a tuna can for your dick.
No.
No.
It's like okay, like it's like a barbell for your dick.
Kind of, but it goes in specific places. Because you have Jacob's Ladders that's like a bunch of barbells this way through the bottom part.
Through your shaft.
Yeah. And then you have like,
The bottom part of your
Does that
shaft.
make you hard all the time?
I have no idea.
I mean, by proxy, I would think that you couldn't really help it at that
You're-
point. You've got so much metal in there.
Yeah, you're giving your dick a spine.
No. It's it's
Now.
like your pee-pee's this way. It's like going this way. But a bunch of them to make a ladder, hence Jacob's Ladder.
So it's
But
going up
the Prince Albert like goes in the head and comes out the hole.
Oh.
So if we were
I
to
thought
like,
it was just a piercing.
It is a
well, it
piercing.
is, but
Come out somewhere.
I mean, yeah, I don't want one. Why are you bringing this up?
what were you talking about?
Tuna
You
fish.
just out of the blue said something about it.
Yeah. You were like, have you ever heard of a Prince Albert?
Oh, well, I mean, we can get somebody's got one and put a 9-volt battery to them. Oh, that's what it is. Get the shocking dude that like shocks himself on his channel. Here, dude, have a Prince Albert.
That's
Here's a
what you were
9-volt
thinking.
battery. Let's see what you got.
We're 13 minutes in the second time, and he's already straight to people like, what the fuck?
It's like when you said let's get someone, I'm like,
This is
do
this
you
is-
know someone? Like what?
This is why I have two different podcasts with two different groups of people every week, because one of them is kind of tame. You know, you got the vampire and the cryptic and JMO, who hardly ever talks. And then now it's like this with something Whiskey said. It's good times.
I mean, we random thought all the time, so it works pretty well.
Works for me.
You know, like never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
What?
Well, I was gonna say he was talking about like getting somebody to stick a 9-volt battery to it. You were talking about JMO not talking.
Oh God.
He might talk then.
He might fucking sing.
Back to song again. Talk or
He might fucking sing some high ass octaves like some Mariah Carey notes and shit.
I don't think that would the 9 volt to that would work anyways. They're
Yep.
not. They're
Okay.
made from stainless steel.
That's that's still
Yeah, but I feel like you're gonna need some other kind of conductor, like some water or something.
We had one of our kids try the 9 volt the other day, and she looked like she acted like she was dying.
well. I mean, you can do what we do for planes. Like most planes run on 28 volts DC. So if you put 3 in series, like connect them to each other, that's 27 volt. That's enough to object some shit. So if you fucking put 27 volts DC to his dick, pretty sure he's gonna feel it. He's not gonna enjoy life, and that could be some soft shit.
Sawed off shit.
I think we mentioned one time, political shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
fun stuff.
storming the Capitol.
Random thoughts. So 4 dead, 5 counting one of the Capitol Police.
What?
Oh yeah,
I didn't think about that.
He died in the hospital. He didn't die there, but he died later on, like today.
Was it like coronavirus?
No,
That
that
shit like about
14
that.
days. 14 days.
Hmm.
Yeah. We'll see a bunch of that up spike throughout the U.S. because these people came from everywhere.
there was over 4,000 yesterday that died of corona. That wasn't in the news though because nobody
Yeah.
Nobody.
picked that up.
I thought yesterday was like the inauguration day if there was that big a stink over some shit, and I was like, what the fuck is going on over
They
there?
were just confirming the electoral votes. That's all they were doing.
See, this is a good reason why I don't have TV service. The only shit I heard about it was like on the fucking radio in my truck
Right.
driving around.
How would you think about it?
I kind of don't really give a fuck about it because no matter who's president, there ain't really nothing going to change. I don't think. I mean, fucking, they're a figurehead. What controls the country is the shitbags in the Senate and Congress.
They got a wake up call. You should have seen them last night after they went back into the fucking room because they got escorted out right as everybody was breaking
Well,
in.
some of them had to hunker in place.
Yeah,
I seen
shelter in
one
place.
dude fucking like had his feet kicked up on Pelosi's desk and shit.
You know that guy's from Arkansas? Thanks, dude, for making us
That
look like
gives us a
douchebag
really good
assholes.
fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, the worst part is he stole a letter off of her desk, right? Which is a federal crime because that's her mail. Not to mention the fact that you're in the state capitol stealing mail from the Speaker of the House's office. And he went through like papers and shit in her office. People were in there like breaking shit and everything. But then they leave. And this dumbass gets on the news and is holding up this letter that he stole from her office after he took a selfie, And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you that stupid? Why would you go on national television and tell people that you just committed this crime, several crimes, but the one that you're holding the evidence physically in your hand? Well, it's like, Stuart.
I mean, I'm ready for. Let's go.
Where we going?
No, I'm ready for him
Valhalla?
to show up. Yep.
Valhalla?
We're going streaking. We're going to the quads. We're going streaking. Come on. Everybody's streaking.
Mhm.
See, I really, really would love to call your sister and get her in here and get her.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I mean, she posted her opinion earlier,
Oh,
which is, it doesn't matter who it is, the person that you are bashing for whichever candidate they voted for, could be your loved one. And, we all just kind of got to get along with that kind of stuff.
I don't care who
Yeah.
anybody votes for.
that's what she said.
I'm paraphrasing.
Like, I'll vote my way, and if I don't think you vote, but if you did, and if you voted for the complete opposite person of who I did,
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
I'm
I'm
not.
just happy that you're out there doing shit. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not one of those people that is going to be angry at you for voting for someone other than who I would vote for.
Excuse me.
But, and I'm not going to say that I'm going to judge you necessarily for who you voted for. I let your actions tell me what type of person you are. So you could have voted for, fuck you. I don't even know what he's saying.
Say watermelon crunch.
Oh, okay. Yum.
Not sponsored.
We'd
like to be though.
Right. You could have voted for.
Who makes this shit? Coke. No, Dr. Pepper 7-Up. Contact us. You got our email or something. I don't know. Go ahead.
You could have voted for, an angel. And if your actions are the opposite of that person, or your actions show me that you're not a good person, I'm just not gonna like you. You could have voted for the devil, but if your actions show me that you're a good person, then I'm gonna like you,
Yeah,
It's not who you voted for, it's how you act and how you act after it. If you're in my face going, ha 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 ha, my guy won and I did this, fuck you, Cartman, get out of my face and back off.
Okay, before we get too far, I want to explain why I don't vote. If we lived, this is why I don't vote for president. Local shit I don't really give a fuck about. I don't know why.
Does that mean you don't vote for local shit either?
Yeah, he doesn't vote.
Okay.
He's never even been registered.
But the main reason I don't vote for president is because if I lived in a state that was a swing state or had enough electoral votes to fucking matter, I probably would.
No, you wouldn't.
Probably wouldn't. But I could say I probably would because I'm never going to live in one states.
You want me to tell you why he doesn't vote?
Yeah.
Because the first year that we were together, that an election came up, it was Gore and Bush. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gore and Bush. And we were living in this little bitty trailer on the other side of town. And we were living in a district that we had to drive all the way out, like almost to, well, I don't know. How many miles was that?
It was off of where the fish hatchery is.
Yeah.
Close to the fish hatchery.
Yeah. A little bitty fire station. It was down
I know
rain.
you guys.
Yeah. Down rain. We have the kids with us. And we go in there and I vote and everything. He goes to vote and he can't because he's still registered in a different town. The town he grew up in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they didn't have voting shit in my town. We threw rocks at people to decide who ran the town.
If you were one of the 6 that didn't run, you won. But yeah. And so ever since then, it's like it's too much of a hassle. So he doesn't bother with it.
I didn't know if you were doing it to like not have to be on jury duty shit.
No, I still have to do that. I got called in, what was it, last year?
Yeah.
Last year?
Did you get to do a trial?
No, I got out of it because truck driver, I don't know when.
Well, actually, it was the year before because COVID last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So technically 2019, but yeah. Yeah, I got called in and explained what my child was, and they were like, okay, yeah, you don't need to. Because I didn't know if I was going to be in when they were going to actually do
the trial,
picking and choosing of whoever's going to be on the jury. I wouldn't mind doing it. I don't care.
I've never been called for jury duty.
I got called
because they've heard about you and the cat mafia.
You're only allowed to do it like once every 3 years or something. Right as I was eligible, I got called again.
See, I would love that shit. I'd be all up in that court.
You'd get kicked out the first
I probably would, but I'd be like, that's not how they do it on Law and Order. That's not even how they do it on Law and Order Great Britain, okay? Like, I don't know what y'all are doing, but this is wrong.
He'd be in the damn jury and one of the lawyers would stand up and say something and she'd just stand up and be like, objection.
Yeah.
If if I saw any like a defendant walk in with like one of them old blazers on, that's like a nylon knit blazer with like the leather elbow patch, that motherfucker's guilty. The fucking 80s
Because
called.
you-
They want their jacket back.
You didn't like Mr. Rogers or
No. It's not like that. It's like the fucking like the square fucking suited or square shouldered fucking suit tops blazers. It's like the old gray nylon fucking jacket thing, polyester jacket thing. It's got that stupid leather fucking elbow patch. You know, like the 80s called. They want their jacket back.
I mean,
Go
you
do-
just hate those people?
Yeah. Or if that motherfucker is wearing like brown shoes with a black belt or a brown belt with black shoes, like, no, motherfucker, you're guilty.
says the guy that wears black or blue shirts all the time.
Yeah, but this matches. Everyone knows you don't wear.
Was that your foot?
That was my ankle. Yeah, that was my toes.
Where's your knees? No, I'm sorry.
Well, I've already popped my knees. Like I just popped my knees a minute ago. You hear my jaw?
Ugh.
You guys know who else whiskey hates other than those guys that wear the jackets? Every single person that drives a car or any kind of vehicle.
Oh well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm so, I don't know, relaxed when I ride with him because I'm just laughing the whole time.
I've gotten a little better.
Have you?
Yeah. I haven't like tried to get nobody to pull over yet. Not in a long time.
I mean, that's a step.
I thought about it. I think about it pretty often actually. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the main reasons I love having a sunroof. Flipping them off as I'm passing them. The kids will tell you, I'm like this out the window. Like, I'm driving, I'm just screaming.
you know what makes it more personal when you do that shit is when you flip them off, but then you point at them, so they know you're talking to them.
Now I'm gonna start doing that like I used to do the kids. Watching you and then flip them off. Just so they're like, what the fuck is going on right
I
now?
had a lady throw her gum at my truck the other day. She like took her gum out and like threw it at my truck. I'm like, oh no, because I wouldn't like let them over.
Mm,
It's not my fault. You're like gonna miss your driveway because you're in the completely wrong lane.
Yeah.
Your turn signal does not give you right away.
It
This
is
is
your
a fucking
fault
indicator.
when you speed up and pace them and not let them get into that lane.
Not my fault. They should fucking prepare.
Yeah. Or they shouldn't be in such a goddamn hurry, right?
There you go. If you know you're gonna turn over there, fucking get in the lane beforehand and just turn. Easy as shit. When you're like, oh, everyone needs to stop and accommodate me,
Like
you can eat shit.
No,
You can hit a
see-
telephone pole and burn to death.
I understand your logic. The thing I don't understand about your logic is you're going slower than these people want to go until they try to get in front of you.
I'm not saying I don't try to set them up for failure. Because
gosh, I gave him a ramp for it. That's
well,
all.
it's funny because like if I'm going down the bypass and I see this motherfucker boy in the left lane hauling ass while they're coming up there, I automatically assume they're trying to get up as far and past as many people as they can so they can just shoot over and take the exit.
Yeah.
I anticipate that shit.
Maybe they're just in a hurry.
That's their fucking problem.
I'm just saying, like
Look, so I
maybe the exit they want to get to is like 14 miles ahead of you,
and that's fine because by then like I'm already like speeding up. So they
So-
think they got a hole, but lo and behold, they fucking don't now.
Yeah, and if they're not trying to turn there,
They just keep on going,
and
yeah.
he's okay, but he still fulfilled his right to block them.
Now I did have a guy fucking look at me like, "Are you fucking serious?" Because I made him miss his exit one day, and turns out he was in the nursing home van. This motherfucker was coming up. And I was like, "Oh, he's gonna fucking do it." I just
So-
know this motherfucker's gonna do it.
so what happens when an ambulance comes up, but they don't have their lights on, but they're still hauling ass? Are you still like, bitch, it's on? You're just-
Emergency vehicles. I'm not like, I don't know. I don't really fuck with them. And I don't fuck with 18 wheelers either, because like if they need in, I'm gonna let them in. But if it's just a normal motherfucker that's just driving like a piece of shit, oh, it's fucking on like Donkey Kong. I anticipate that they're gonna try to cut me off just so they can exit and shit. Nope, not today, Junior.
I don't know that I've ever ridden with you driving.
It's probably an adventure for people who don't know.
You know what I think is really weird is that me, you, and your sister all got driving lessons from my father,
Mhm.
but your sister's driving scares the shit out of me.
It scares the shit out of everyone.
Okay. Like, how is that?
What? I don't understand. What does she do?
She goes like 100 million miles an hour until the very last possible second. I just seen
And
her today.
She tailgates shit. Like, she is really fucking close to people, and her daughter does the same thing.
Yeah.
And it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, she's pretty bad too at it. But I seen her on the main strip today. Me and Dad were going to the flea market, and I was like, okay, there's a Mustang in the road, kind of sideways, because they got the whole front of their car fucking just wiped the fuck off. They can't really just drive off the street and get out of the road, so
Right,
they're
right.
blocking the road. So some of the people coming on, like, they don't see what's going on because there's a couple cars that are, waiting to get in the left lane or the right lane so they can get around them. Well, here comes my sister,
Mhm.
like a fucking NASCAR, just fucking damn near having like the shockwave from breaking the sound barrier off her truck. I'm just like, we're all gonna fucking die. And yeah, I mean, she hit the brakes at the last second, and she's waving at us like, do you not realize
This is normal.
you just damn near took out like 15 fucking cars with how fast you're going? Holy shit!
The curvy mountains are the ones that kill me. I mean, I'm like, dude, do we have to go this fast up and down this damn mountain? I always thought that there's a certain mountain that is just loops around, doesn't
Yeah.
get back and forth, but loops around. And I used to fly up that thing. And I used to think, and people used to tell me, oh, you might need to slow down. No, she needs to slow down. She would tell me I need to slow down. I'm like, have you ridden with yourself? Like,
Yeah, no shit.
like, dude. Yeah,
She does that with you too, though, right?
Yeah, she does with everybody. Even Dad.
Like
Dad's
Your
trying to.
dad drives slow. Like,
No.
he does when we're all together and we're following him. I
No,
guess he's worried he's gonna lose us.
Well, Dad,
maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
when
But see, I think, man, I'm starting to understand the South Park shit now with the country kitchen buffet, because you haven't seen it.
no.
There's an episode of South Park where all these old people get out in their cars at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the country kitchen buffet, like Cracker Barrel, and eat breakfast. So this is where they'll meet. But they're all so old they shouldn't be fucking driving. So they're running over kids and people and pets and all kinds of shit just to get there.
They like
running into buildings.
They like
and
run
shit.
over. They like run off a bridge, and they're like, "Are we here? Is this country kitchen buffet?"
That's pretty good. Impression.
I just kind of think you're just targeting my dad because he is that person right now.
See,
That's why I can't drive right now. Like
I'm starting to understand that because we would never drive fast when we were younger. But now,
Now she does tailgates too.
she's NASCAR.
Yeah.
In probably the smallest car she's ever owned in her fucking life.
Yeah.
But she's NASCAR.
Well, it was funny because when
I saw her go over a little speed hump close to her house. I was with her, and I thought the damn thing was just gonna like fall apart. Like, what are you doing?
when I used to ride with my grandparents, they had a pickup truck, and Grandpa would drive, and Grandma would sit in the middle, and I'd sit next to the window. And Grandpa had a cane. And so Grandma would hold the cane while he drove. And every time she thought he was going too fast, I'd hear that cane hit the ground like she thought it was a brake or something. She would hit the floorboard with it. Wilson, you need to slow down. Oh my God. And we went to Branson one year. It was very hilly and everything. And yeah, we're towing a camping trailer behind us, and he's going around those curves, and she's just bam, 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 like hitting that. I was like, oh my God, this is the craziest road trip I've ever taken. Of course, I was only 13, so it's not like I took a whole lot of road trips at that point, but still, I'll never forget her and that damn cane. I was like, she's gonna go one day, she's just gonna hit that same spot so many times that damn cane's gonna fly
Go
through
straight through the
the
That's what slow us down.
It's like the Flintstones
Flintstone
break.
break, yep.
Damn.
I don't know, like Dad, I think his give a shit is so far gone. He just goes as fast as that little fucking thing can get.
Yeah.
And he don't even like realize it. He's asleep at the wheel and I'm over there in the passenger seat like we're gonna fucking die. And he'll just like kind of come to at the last second and fucking, all right, Dad,
But he's
time for me to drive.
he's not driving anymore, right?
No, he's not
Okay.
because of shit like that.
Right.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you ever riding with your sister and her driving is like scaring the shit out of you and you just look over and be like, you're the reason I have road rage? Like you're the type of person that gives me road rage.
No, I never think about it. I have told her to pull the fuck over and let me out before, like right down there by the mall.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm done. Let me the fuck out, and I will find my way home. Like, I'll call a fucking Uber or some shit.
Yeah, I got to deal with stupid drivers all the time. Like,
Yeah,
I
fuck
hate,
that.
so hate when people. Like today, I got stuck in traffic. I called her because I was bored. But I was stuck in traffic because the right hand lane was closed. Not even closed. There was a cop that had somebody pulled over on the right hand lane. The left hand lane ends because they got the red arrows. I'm leaving Dallas this morning. They got the red arrows, where the lane's blocked off and shit. And every one of these fucking Texans knows that lane is closed. But the traffic does not stop in that lane. They just keep going. And this is causing everybody to stop in the lane beside it because they got to let all these fucking motherfuckers over. And all it does is slow everybody down.
And then everybody in the middle lane is required to like look and see what's going on with the guy pulled over.
Right.
It's a requirement.
I mean, they don't mess around in Texas, though. Man, if you're not up to highway speed by the time you get off that on ramp, you're just gonna die. You're just gonna die. That's all there is to it. And the thing is by the time you get up to highway speed and you get on the highway, like 2 minutes later, you're stomping on your brakes because traffic. There's just a whole row of traffic.
I just wish they'd learn how to drive. I don't, or not drive, read. Some of them can drive okay. But it's just fucked up when I see another truck driver beside me and we're in this traffic and everything's slowing and going and slowing and going. And his cell phone's like straight up in his face. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I take that shit seriously because that is a possible $10,000 fine. I can't pay that. I don't want to risk it.
See, that's why I wish I had my special ability.
Yeah. Do you know his special ability?
Do I want to know?
I think you said it one time.
Yeah, you would probably like to know it.
What?
I wish that I could teleport into the passenger seat of someone's vehicle, it's like a bad driver, and just try to set a world record for how many times someone's been stabbed.
But
in the few seconds I'm in their vehicle, so I can teleport back to mine before they crash.
But if you're driving yours and you teleport to theirs, your vehicle's probably going to crash before you get back to it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Then you just teleport to the highway and get hit by the next vehicle coming along.
Totally worth it. If I can stab their legs to where like the medical people are just like, how is this possible? What the fuck happened? And I'm over there in the ditch decomposing already or whatever. Whatever.
I mean,
I fucking hate people.
I'm assuming he would wait till it's a good straight stretch, so hopefully his car would stay on the road.
Yeah, my truck's up for good
alignment. If he had a passenger, he'd be like, hey, hold the wheel for a second.
Yeah, there we go.
They could hold the wheel and he'd go, come back, and take like 5 seconds.
Yeah, but if you were driving with your sister and you told her to hold the wheel, when you came back, she'd be in the driver's seat.
True.
This is my truck now.
See, that's something you would have to like.
You have to really trust the passenger.
Would you actually do it if she was with you?
I would have to hire somebody to be my shotgun driver. She would just be destined to be a back.
So I need a chauffeur as much as I just need a passenger.
Because, I mean, she is a backseat driver, so. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, I've actually, like, angrily yelled at her to shut the fuck up. Because many, many times, watch out for that rock! Watch out for that tree! We're out here in a fucking Jeep. We're supposed to run all this shit over. That's the whole fucking point of being out here.
Now she's an expert.
Okay. Expert passenger.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of vehicles and accidents and things like that,
Uh-huh.
you know my newest coworker, right?
The older lady?
Yeah. I just discovered the other day. Okay, we have flashback to like 2 years ago, and me and I think it was Michaela were working that day, and it wasn't really busy in the parking lot, and I think it was a weekday, and I turn around just in time to hear this noise, and I look out the window, and somebody had hit the light pole, which is painted bright yellow, by the way, had hit the light pole, and like the door was all dinged in, and she couldn't get out that door. She had to go out the passenger side and all that stuff. I just found out that that's my new coworker. She did that.
Nice. Did you ask her how that came to be?
I mean, was she high? What?
No. So she's telling me about it the other day, and she was like, "Well, I hit this light pole out here one time," and I was like, "Wait, that was you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I didn't tell her that we laughed hardcore for like 5-10 minutes after that, and watched the whole thing unfold. And I was like, "So, how exactly did that happen?" I was kind of wondering, and she's like, "Well, there's so many people flying down through there, and they want to turn in, and I was trying to watch traffic," and I'm like, "Yeah, but there's a good like 50 feet between where you hit this light pole and where you actually leave the parking lot. So I don't I don't know. We thought she was drunk when it happened. I mean, honestly. And when I think back to that day, and I remember us just sitting there just like laughing so hard and like, oh my God, catching our breaths, and then like, was she drunk? Was she high? And I can't remember who checked her out that day, because she came into our store and left and then hit this light pole. I don't know. But it's like that one girl that we used to work with. She got a new car, and she like goes to speed out of the parking lot like a badass, and she just
Oh, it's the only pole in the parking lot.
it's the only
The
at the
only
end of that
no
parking
other
lot.
cars.
No,
One pole.
The one we went to school with? That kind of dated for a little bit?
You kind of dated for a little bit.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We didn't go to school with her.
Okay.
No.
Are you talking about the T girl? Or is that the one that you want?
No, the one with the V. Like, her name began with a V, but she's the one that, like,
Venereal disease?
probably. Yeah, probably. But she's the one that said she had to move to Dallas or whatever the fuck.
No, we didn't go to school with this girl. She ended up marrying a guy that we work with up there. But yeah, she's just trying to get out of the parking lot and hauling ass. There's no other vehicles around. Everybody's parked up towards the building, and all of a sudden, bam, hits the only light pole at that end of the parking lot. Like it was
It's like the dude that T-boned my truck.
She's like, "I didn't even see it." And I'm like, "How did you not see it?" They went back out there and repainted it. They were like, "You will see it now."
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
Because we were both working in the same place. And yeah, it was
We made so much fun of that girl. We were like, "You dumb bitch."
Out there by where I went to school, there's the road. It's like the like the road goes over the interstate there now, but there was a lady that lived on the corner there in a little trailer house, and she ran her car up under the back of a school bus. I don't know how the fuck you don't see that,
I don't
but I
remember
mean,
that.
she got to the windshield up under that motherfucker.
You remember that one girl, Stella, and her and that grody guy and some other grody people got into a wreck, and she like came to school and she was missing teeth.
Oh shit, yeah. I can't make fun of people like that though.
Oh, you absolutely can make fun of her. It's fine. She was nasty.
Yeah,
And she's just a bully. I mean, a flat
Yeah.
out bully.
yeah, I remember that one.
I was like, man, karma is so weird. It was like, she picks on people and loses her teeth in a wreck. I'm like, okay, well, it's pretty accurate. I mean, it would have probably been better if she had been pretty and lost her teeth. That would have been some karma
Yeah, it would've been a
retribution.
lot better.
But it worked. I'm like, it's like karma was just speeding up the inevitable. She was gonna lose those teeth anyways.
She did
But
kind of look like a 20-year-old bulldog
yeah,
that lost all its hair and shit. Now some bitches lost all its teeth.
yeah. We were sitting in class one day, and she like was looking at my fingernails, and she's like, "Why are the tips of your fingernails so white?" And I was like, "Cause I wash my hands and I don't smoke."
I
Oh,
just noticed your fingernails are fucking badass.
Put them close to the camera.
Holy shit.
It's pretty. That's a cat-tastic design right there. Is it showing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I really fucking hate glitter, but those are cool.
Well, I look at them close.
Green. You see it?
Fuck yeah, you gonna flip me off.
But
You're a son of a bitch.
they're opposite.
Oh shit. That's cool as fuck.
I wanted something Christmassy, but carry me into the new year.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. I just love them, and I didn't want bright stuff.
Yeah.
I like black.
What did you do for New Year whiskey?
Slept.
Oh.
Like at 6 p.m. I went to bed.
New Year's or New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve.
Did you have to work?
No, no, I had to work the New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Well, New Year's Day night.
Yeah.
But I had to work that Wednesday on second shift, so my sleep schedule was so fucked up. So yeah, I ended up being asleep at 6 p.m. on New Year's night, which is good because all the power went out. And
Yeah.
we fucking lost.
It was
Power
weird.
was
We were
just
driving
out.
through town, and it was so creepy. I was like,
Did
I've
y'all
never
hear the
seen-
boom? Apparently, there were people out at fucking.
Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bunch of transformers, or at least one
No,
big
it
one.
was a whole substation that fucking
Oh.
popped because it got struck by lightning.
And that's why all the power was out down there.
7,000 something people,
Yeah.
but like it shook.
I
It
didn't know that.
shook
That's
our
what we were
fucking
talking
windows.
about. Oh.
Yeah, it
Shook
shook the
their
windows at
windows?
our house.
Headphones messing with your hair.
Better not be,
I just didn't know why you were over sideways.
because I'm looking at him, and it's hurting my neck to be.
Okay. What next?
Indonesian foot fungus for 300.
I'm not paying for that.
I don't either.
I don't want that.
Throwing shit out there.
Pass.
Oh, the two senators in what you call it, Georgia. Both Democrats won. So let's just step up. I'm hoping they come up with some sort of universal basic income.
Like Canada.
Yeah, Canada supposedly. I haven't read the full story, but supposedly Canada is supposed to start $7,200 a month for all of their citizens.
I don't know. I really don't want socialism.
Well, huh?
Did you not want that stimulus check that we just got, or that we got
No.
back in March, April, May, June?
There's.
got it?
Why would you think it's socialism?
Are you talking about just like stimulus checks?
Pretty much, but forever.
Well, that is socialism.
No, because it's not enough for you to completely live off of unless you're living like very well below your means. Like basically going from homeless to not homeless.
Reason I may be getting the shit confused because I don't know like a whole lot about it because I don't fucking read books or I don't read up on any of this shit.
Read from Arkansas.
But one of my uncles lived, I think when he was alive, he lived in a socialist country.
Yeah.
And he came back to the States and he wanted everybody here to be socialist because that's what he was over there. But what it was is like any household shouldn't have a certain amount of like if you have somebody that has a damn good career and you're making a fuck ton of money,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be able to do that. You should be at the same level everyone is, regardless of what your fucking
no.
occupation is.
No,
I mean,
no, that's not what this is. Basically, anyone it's still the same stipulations as the stimulus would be. So if you make 125,000 or less, you get I don't know how much the amount would be. I'm guessing about 2,500 a month. Okay, so 2,500 a month for 155 million people is a little more than $400 billion a year, which is not much considering. I mean, we just gave our military $710 billion. 2 years ago, it was $980 billion. And that's just the military. Considering we put in over 14 trillion per year, it's not really that much. And basically, it would be enough for someone to pay off maybe an electric bill, or to keep it paid every month, and their rent,
Or
and
mortgage. Or
maybe
something.
their cell phone, But that's all it would cover. It wouldn't cover like it's not enough to completely do away with like, oh, I don't need a job now and shit like that, unless you do just like our shithole and live with your parents or something.
He's not talking about you.
Nope.
I'm just.
well, I don't live with my,
It's the other way around.
yeah, I
That's
don't live with my parents. My parent lives with me.
Okay. So would you say that when my mother lived here, we lived with her?
No.
Oh.
I was just fucking with it.
Okay.
Pull your panties out of your crack.
I don't have them on right now.
Do you know why he's charged?
No. Got a charger over here though.
Do I have a place so I can plug it in? No. But I mean, like, there are many things that are pretty much socialism in the US, and people don't ever seem to complain about that. I mean, that's what your taxes go for, you know?
Well,
Like
even
fire
even in
departments, roads, streets, schools, police departments. That's all money that we all pay in, and we all partake of those things as needed.
yeah, I think what the thing that I guess the aspects of that I don't want would be
It's all being on the same level if we've got more skills than somebody else. I get that.
Which I mean, what's fucked up is I'm in that right now with this union I work in because these kids coming straight at it like AMP school, no fucking clue what they're doing. They don't want to learn, and we make the same amount of money. And I'm just like,
I mean, I'm an assistant manager and I make 10 cents more an hour than my cashiers.
Hmm.
So I get that. I completely understand that. I'm not saying, and I don't think when it comes to, I think what most people are talking about,
Sorry if I just showed everyone my ass.
these
are you though?
these days, when it comes to socialism, they're talking about, first of all, democratic socialism. So nothing would be put in place without the country voting on it, first of all. Second of all, they're not talking about everybody gets paid the same, regardless of their skill
Yeah,
set.
no. Like I said, it
Yeah,
still goes up to the same amount, just like the stimulus only hit up to 125,000 a year.
Because in Thailand, there's certain elements of socialism that's active.
Yeah.
And there's certain elements that are not, So they're not. Nobody wants. I'm gonna throw this out there. Nobody wants to be the Venezuela of
No,
the world.
Yeah.
no.
You know,
Well,
That's not what we're talking about.
and like I was trying to explain to my kids yesterday and today, when it comes to like my mom and my stepdad, they want,
They would have been at the Capitol yesterday.
yeah, I absolutely said that earlier. I said, if my stepdad was younger and not on a short leash, he would have been up to the Capitol. Now, my mom would have been too scared because she would have foreseen shit going down. She would have wanted to be there. She would have supported the cause, but she would not have gone. But when it comes to people like that, they, you know, they want that sense of community. They take food to their neighbors that don't cook or don't cook well. Like every other day. Like at Christmas, she made my stepdad take food over to the younger neighbors that, weren't doing anything for Christmas and stuff like that. They want that sense of community. And what they don't seem to understand is in the small area that they're in, their taxes for that, which they're outside of city limits, obviously, their taxes are so low because it's such a small community that they can't get their roads fixed and they can't pay firemen. They all have volunteer fire departments out there. But if more people moved into that area and that sense of community is built up to what they wanted it to be, would you not want to have better things in that area? And the best way to build better things is as a community and together. And that's kind of, I think, the basis of, like, to me, kind of the new socialism. Let's help build each other, you know, and let's take what we have and disperse it so that we all benefit. It's not disperse it so this person gets more than this person.
Yeah, that is the entire premise behind the Mantra Gaming Group.
Okay.
The entire thing. Like everybody in it, all the main people that are chosen.
Well, and like the way I look at it is like a long time ago when, you were building a house and you didn't necessarily have the skill set to maybe do the wiring in the house. But your neighbor down the road does. And he comes and he helps you. And then you turn around and you go help him with something that you're helping make each other's lives better. You're putting in maybe more or less, effort, but it's still into the same community pot to help one another, you know? And that's kind of like, I feel like the left and the right want the same things. They're just looking at it from different angles, you know?
how do you keep people from not pulling their own weight though?
That's the beautiful thing about this. Because if there was a $2,500 check every month, the people right now that work at places that
Have been open this whole time.
no, let's say
Right.
places that don't do drug tests, like a McDonald's or Burger King or something like that, and they're just there to get a paycheck to get more weed or whatever the fuck they do. Those are the people that would straight up just quit their job. Okay, that's where you would get rid of the slackers, though, and that's the beautiful thing I think about this whole thing. Is if it happened, I think that everyone's still working at a restaurant, like waitresses and shit, they're going to be getting that money, but they're still working because they don't want that to be it. They are still trying to better themselves in their lives. So we're going to get people who actually want to be at the places that we go to shop and to eat and stuff like that, to where it's just going to make the experience wonderful because we're going to deal with happy people that want to work because that's why they're there. 'Cause they
But-
But
don't have to be.
what I'm not understanding though is like those people who don't want to do shit other than just get free money and sit at the house and smoke pot and not contribute a motherfucking thing. How
Oh, just to be taxed.
that doesn't they're still not pulling their weight for the social community. They're just dead weight.
Right. But eventually those people would either get bored and start pulling their weight somewhere, or they'll be like all these old fucks and eventually die out.
I think it's more along the lines of,
I want this shit to be like Star Trek. I want us to have all of the basics taken care of, and we will work to better ourselves and better humanity.
Right.
Well, as far as medical shit goes, if it's based like England's, it's fucking garbage.
It won't. That'll never happen here. I don't ever see. I would love it to happen here, but I don't ever see it fucking happen.
I wouldn't love to have like England's medical shit because that's garbage.
Go back to your original question, though. I mean, are you guys assuming that this, if we were to do something along the lines of what Canada's doing, that this would be a forever $2,500 a month?
Yeah.
I don't see that being feasible.
Why?
Well, if that were going to be a forever, you are going to have people who would be angry like that. And they are going to be like, okay, well, somehow these people have to contribute to this community. And I 100% agree with that. You know, that's just like when the controversy came up about
What do you mean?
what?
What do you mean contribute to the community?
Get
Well,
up off your ass
yeah,
and
you
fuck
have to help
go
somehow.
contribute. Don't just sit at the house, collect a free check, and smoke pot for 31 days a month and
Okay,
never do shit.
Wait a second. First of all, how are they supposed to contribute? Like how? Like for instance, let's take your job for example, or even mine. How does it contribute to the community?
That's what pays the taxes to make this money come down the.
Right, but this money is also going to be taxed just as if they would have a job. So that tax money is still going to come back into the main pot.
Okay, but that doesn't make sense to me because the main pot is money that we've put in that is it's essentially tax money. So you're taxing tax money. They didn't tax our stimulus when they gave it to us. Are they taxing it at the end of the year?
No, it's a different thing. It's a generational thing. So the next generation will have to pay back what everybody's got.
Right, kind of like Social Security.
Right.
Which, you know, I've always been scared will be gone by the time we get older.
Yeah, everybody is.
Okay, well, the more people you have not doing a fucking thing, there's less money coming in. Like I get their money coming in would be taxed, but it's like a small.
No, not really. I mean, because the technically, how much unemployment is right now?
It's nowhere near as much as what it will be if we get that shit.
Do you know how much the top 3% of earners in the U.S. pay in taxes? It's like 89% of all of that 14 trillion gets paid by them.
I don't know. I just hate the idea of supporting freeloaders.
But the thing is first of all, you're always going to have freeloaders. Doesn't matter what generation you come from.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you live. There will always
I
be
got a family
freeloaders.
that's that.
Okay.
I mean, look at how
Where
many
there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, look at how many
The-
people like screw the fucking food stamp shit right now. I mean, that to me is freeloading. There's nothing I can fucking do about it though. I mean, I could say something to them and make them feel bad, but what the fuck's the point? They're not going to stop doing it.
Well, that's a lot nicer than what I'd be though.
But here's the thing. Okay, first of all, we are not saying go out and start harassing people
No.
you see using EBT cards, okay? Because you don't know anybody's situation, and you
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
I get so sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, I can't believe that that bitch is buying steaks with her EBT card." You don't know what that bitch has been through. Maybe it's her birthday. Maybe that's her one special meal.
Right.
Okay.
Because this is something that bugs me about that. I don't mind them buying steaks and shit like that. The thing I mind is if they have their hair done and it probably costs $100 or more.
But how do you know?
They have their nails done.
How do you know?
And it probably costs $100.
How do you know?
I don't. But you can tell by looking.
No, you can't.
Why?
Who does my hair?
You do.
And how much does it cost?
I have no clue.
$10.
Still, that's not the point.
That's my point. You cannot judge people by their looks. Just because somebody wants to look nice doesn't mean
Fine.
that they have spent a lot of money.
Say they don't look nice and they get into a fucking Escalade. Something we couldn't even afford.
Again, you don't know how long this person has been on food stamps. Maybe this is a recent thing. Maybe that Escalade was paid for by somebody else. Maybe that was given to them by a relative that died. You don't know everybody's circumstances, so why would you even assume?
But this is why I don't say anything. In my mind, I think bad shit, but you're right. I don't know the situation, so I would never confront anybody because I don't like to judge people like
I
that.
mean, it's
I
honestly
don't like about it. I don't like it in my brain, but
right.
I'm never gonna say anything to anybody.
But my point is, it's none of our fucking business.
I do
you know?
judge people when they come in to my workplace. I judge them mainly because of how they carry themselves, and I'm pretty accurate at telling if they're going to be a shit mechanic or not.
Yeah.
Right, but that's judging somebody on what you can see
Yeah.
for longer than a 5-minute stand at the grocery
Oh
store.
no, it's pretty much immediate.
Yeah, but you eventually you validate that stuff. Like
Yeah,
you're
okay,
around them
okay,
and
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
So-
over time.
So the
yeah.
opinion might have started in your head just from a look, but it's validated by what you see these people do and how they talk and the things
Yeah.
that they fuck up.
But how many? Are you,
Yeah.
Are you saying, Whiskey? Are you saying that has never surprised you?
What's that?
Like you've judged somebody in your mind. Okay, this dude's gonna be a fuck up. This dude ain't gonna work out, or this person. But then all of a sudden they're like badass.
It's kind of rare, but yeah, it's happened
I'm
before.
sure it's rare, but the fact that it has happened still shows that you're judging everyone that comes in like that is probably not a good thing.
No, it is a good thing because we don't give them real work until they prove what they can do or what they cannot do.
That's how it should be, especially in your.
Yeah, I think that would be
Please keep that in-
appreciated
in
discretion there.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
I try to, I work with the public every day and I read people very well, but I also know that I've been wrong before. I also know that I can be off. I can be having a bad day and somebody will say something and it'll just hit that spot where I'm like, I'm gonna go to the back for a little bit.
Then I got a phone call.
Yeah. But it's just that one day and the rest of the time I'm with them it's been cool, it's been fine, it's whatever. And I've learned how to deal with different personality types over the years, and I never thought I would be in a job where I dealt with the public as much as I was, because one of my very first serious jobs was working for a clothing retail store, and I fucking hated it. I didn't want to be around people like that. I didn't want to dress up. I didn't want to, but the more I did it, the more I'm like, okay, there are certain people I absolutely enjoy helping,
yeah,
and most of the time that is the people that come at me with respect, come at me with honest, non-stupid questions. Like I get so sick and tired of people, we sell lottery tickets. Which one's the winning ticket? Sir, if I fucking knew what the winning ticket was, that would be my job for 8 hours a goddamn day. I'd just drive around every fucking store in town and buy the goddamn winning lottery tickets. I would not be working here. Okay, I don't go that in depth. It is, well, if I knew what the winning tickets were, do you think I'd be working here?
Yeah, if anybody recognizes her voice, she does the ads for all of the audio podcasts and Spotify and stuff like that.
You saying that because I went into complete customer service
Yeah.
mode? Yeah. Also used to be a telemarketer. Don't hate me. But yeah, don't ask me stupid fucking questions and expect I'm going to be nice about it.
oh yeah,
I will be borderline. Like borderline. And I'm so happy. I know everybody hates wearing masks, but I like wearing my mask because literally today somebody said something to me and I know my mouth was just like, I could feel it in my mask. I could feel it hitting the bottom and the top of my mask. I'm just like, and so then I have to focus on not wrinkling my forehead because my eyes will give me away too. And I'm just like trying not to widen my eyes,
see
But-
that's why I could not do a job like you got. I would be quick to be like, Okay, dude, this is what you need to do. You need to go home and get your shotgun that your grandpa gave you and just rinse your fucking mouth out with buckshot.
No, this lady came in yesterday, little old lady. Why this little old lady feels the need to vape, I don't know. But she's looking for
They get it too.
vape juice, okay? And so I spend 10 minutes helping her pick out vape juice, which by the way, we only have like 10 vape juices in the whole store anymore. So this was really frustrating, the fact that it took 10 minutes for her to go through all these.
Mm.
I can't read this. It'd be better if you guys would I didn't make the label, lady. I just sell the product. I don't know why you think that I have anything to do with the size of the writing on that damn label. We finally get her set up and everything. She calls back the next day. I was in there yesterday and I bought, and I'm like, oh God, I know who I'm talking to. Yes, ma'am. I bought this vape juice and I was looking at the born on date and it says June 2019. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Well, it's expired. No, ma'am. Born on date is when it was created, not when it expires. That's why it's called born on. And she said, well, still, that was 2019. Yes, and the vape juice is good for 2 years. Well, where does it say that? I said, it says it on the company's website. Well, they're out of business. Yes, I know, but they still have a website. Well, okay then. I'm like, yeah, okay then. You're not bringing a fucking vape juice back to my store. You bought it, lady. It's yours. I'm like, don't come in my store asking me stupid questions, then call me back 2 days later to ask me even more stupid questions or to claim because you didn't pay attention to what you bought. Fucking hate that
I'm
shit.
not nice to them either.
Yeah.
This old lady rear-ended my truck in a fucking Starbucks drive-through. Guess who got their fucking ass chewed? That old lady. Can you not see my fucking truck sitting in front of you? And I mean, she connected hard enough to where my hitch went into her bumper, and we had to like pry the fucker off the back of my truck. And I was fucking mad.
What did you say to her?
I chewed her ass out. And I was
Did
cussing
she cry?
too. I don't even know. I didn't give a shit.
Did she get her taser out?
No.
I will be that little old lady with a taser, by the way. And I'm not talking about like the taser I have now. It's gonna be one of those that shoots out at you.
It's got the little fucking darts on
Yeah.
there.
I'll be like, "What'd you say?" Just shoot you. Like you're not even gonna get that out. I'm just gonna shoot you.
I just, man, I just can't fucking deal with it.
Well, I mean, you can ask him. Like he's seen me do it. Like once people like that leave my store, I'm over there going, "Ooh," or fuck off, like I get it out of my system. And I think that's what I like about my job is that I'm pretty efficient at getting people in and out of the store. So if it takes longer than 10 minutes, I do start to get a little irritated unless I feel like these people are earnest and they're like trying to learn what I'm telling them if they're trying to select something. But once they're gone, if I am frustrated and there's nobody else in the store, just me and the other cashier, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Fucking drive me insane. Like, I'm just fuckity, fuck. And my boss has told me several times, she's like, oh, don't cuss on camera. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, it's happening. She's like, they're listening. And I'm like, I don't care. If they're going to fire me because I cussed when nobody was in the store, that's their loss. That is their loss. I don't fucking care. I know.
I'm glad like cussing in my career field is just like drinking water. It's
Yeah.
what everybody does. I mean, like unless you're cussing at someone, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter. If you're cussing just in normal conversation you're having with a person, who fucking cares?
Well, that's the first thing I tell new cashiers and new people that I work with. I'm like, I cuss like a sailor. I can try to stop it. It's not going to happen because I am at work and you are about to find out the type of people we deal with.
So I was having a conversation with a preacher one time. And this is at church.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, and I dropped the F-bomb. I was excited about what I was talking about. It was probably fishing or some dumb shit or airplane. And I'm just excited about it. And I was just like, well, this motherfucker, and it was just fluid. He didn't even catch it. Like his grandson was like, what? And like people were just like, he just dropped an F-bomb? I didn't even know I did it. It is what it is. It ain't like it's a fucking bad word.
But you know,
It's just a word.
they've done studies on people who cuss all the time, and they actually have higher
You're not a virgin.
yeah, they actually have like a higher use of vocabulary than people who don't cuss all the time.
There are
I wouldn't
times
say they're smarter, but I don't remember if that's exactly what
I'm-
this article said.
I'm not
Just let me
smarter,
say.
but I can use some big words.
Like, you're supposed to. Also, I watched something the other day, and they there's a show on Netflix. I can't remember. It's like the history of curse words. And I was just kind of watching the trailer and a little bit about a background on it and everything. And so they did this test where they like hook people's brains up to the electrodes, and they're like studying their brains as they do this. So they have these people like put their hand and hold it in an ice cold bucket of water. And they can't take their hand out. And they're like testing their pain receptacles, to see like is it lighting up. And they can't cuss. They can talk, they just can't cuss. And so they get that as like their starting point, right? Then they kind of let them chill for a little bit, get feeling back in their hand and everything, and they have the same people go back and do it again, but this time they can cuss. Like they're telling them you need to cuss. And so the whole time these people are cussing, it is actually reducing the pain that they're receiving from holding their hand in that ice cold bucket of water. So yeah, when you hurt yourself and you're like, oh fuck, it actually does help with the pain to cuss. So fuckity fuck fuck fuck.
Yeah.
That's right. You're awfully quiet over there.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what to say.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Problem solved, y'all.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Yeah, I don't know how they would stop the freeloading shit on the tax stuff or stimulus money or whatever that you guys are talking about.
Well, I mean, I wanted to say, we do some skills testing, and if they can't go out and actually be in the work field, maybe they've got a skill that they can help somebody else with via Zoom or shit
I mean,
like
this
that.
would
But that goes into kind of this weird, you're forced to do this kind of shit in
Yeah.
order to get that money. Oh, you got a job? Congratulations, you got a job.
thinking of too many good things that could come from it than bad things.
You are forever an optimist, and I am forever a pessimist.
It's just no, to me it makes sense.
I don't know. I'm not against fucking rinsing my own mouth out with buckshot. So
I mean, this
if the world gets to where people are all just up in arms about fucking this and that, I don't know.
Elliot, you were part of our zombie apocalypse response team. You got to stick this out with us, dude.
so devastated.
Sorry, I keep
It'll
saying that.
be like me and my dog walking around fucking shooting them critter zombies
Yep.
from a failed vaccine.
Yep.
I don't know. I think this would.
I think people would see the huge advantage the people who don't have to do a fucking thing for free money
Yeah, but I mean,
would
It would
just
still.
amount of money. Like, there's no way. Even, oops, sorry. I don't know that anybody would be able to actually live off of that unless they had their own little community. They still good? You know what I mean? Like, that's just really not.
Well, not only that, I think the tax money that we would save, because if they did that, we would not get a tax return every year. There's no way.
Yeah.
Also, if they did that, there would be no more unemployment.
I just don't know how much money that would be for a certain amount to go to each person, like every month.
Yeah, $490 billion a year.
Does that include like foreign aid and shit like that, or is that just taking care of an American citizen?
No, just Social Security card carrying American citizens. That's not including children.
So you're talking about like any of the tax money taken out from either, like if you're working or whatever, any of that goes into the bucket
So does the taxes from the stimulus.
that it all goes back into the bucket that
Yeah.
feeds. What's the point of having money then?
What do you mean?
Like if the money's just like just getting, I don't know, kind of recycled through the same amounts, I guess.
You don't know how government works. That is exactly what we do all the time.
But
I mean-
it almost seems like a smaller scale of that. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a weird concept. I don't know.
It is weird because it's so different, but
Now, this isn't something that's actually been proposed. This is just something.
no.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just ideas. Yeah.
It's something that's been brought up, and Biden even mentioned something about it, but it's never been like this is part of my plan type shit or what the fuck ever.
Right.
But I think about like, yeah, it's you're right. It's not enough to live off of each month. So I think about, okay, well, what would this do? Would this make the college student that can't afford college for their own scholarships, but it's not quite enough to cover a dorm, have them not be able to go out and get a fucking job, and they could concentrate more and maybe develop some new program that fucking kicks ass or something, or create some new art or something? Sure, great, yeah. Would it also possibly get rid of the homeless problem? Possibly. Would it also have us not have to? Because if we got it, I mean, I wouldn't quit my job. There ain't no freaking way.
I would save it if I could.
Yeah. Because it would just stop.
And that's what we
which
did this
means-
last time around.
See, because I don't know, our society's kind of fucked up because it's like we kind of needed this from the beginning because when we're children and we're in school, I don't know about anybody else, but I hated school.
I love school until I got into high school.
Okay, so you hated school, and I know most people that even go to college, they can't even use their degrees and shit because the stuff they're interested in before their brains even fully developed into what they or have interest in. And I didn't even start getting interested in this stuff until I hit my 30s, like different things to do other than the random stuff.
Or, you get into a field because everybody tells you that's where the money's at, and that's not where the money's at.
Right. And even if it's something you didn't want to do, for all you know, the thing that you want to do is be a painter, So that, if your husband or boyfriend or who the fuck ever is working and you guys are living together and you want to paint, that's not gonna hurt the couple. Even if you have a kid every time. He does this every time.
I have a friend who did that to like dead skin on the bottom of his foot and actually cut his foot, got stitches, ended up getting an infection, and ended up in the hospital.
Oh, I'm just getting
I'm
fucking
just-
hangnails.
Say,
Yeah, the first podcast we did with him, we weren't 5 minutes in and he had the fucking knife out doing that.
I really hate hangnails.
he's establishing his alpha dominance
Yeah,
right
I
there.
Good. But no, I don't know. Like I said, I see too many good things, and the amount of tax money we would save because we wouldn't have to do unemployment, we wouldn't have to do fucking. We could probably completely do away with food stamps if we had that shit.
We would really have to have trustworthy people in government, though, because there's no people in.
Really, what you would really only have to have is a Democratic president, Congress, and Senate which they now
we have that now, so we'll see how shit goes. But I can't say I trust like Nancy Pelosi, any of them fucking 40-year plus in the Senate sacks of shit motherfuckers. Don't matter what party they're in. If you're in Congress or Senate that long, you're just a piece of shit
Why?
because you've helped nothing.
How do you know?
Look at fucking Biden. He's been in this shit for 47 fucking years.
Look
If he
at-
was the fix of the problem, it would have been. Not one person can fix anything. It's
Right.
got to be as a group.
Right.
But if the group is in there for 40, 30 years, nothing's
you
getting
want-
done
you
better.
want an example?
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell,
That
Okay.
fucking sack of shit.
35 years.
He can't accomplish shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Though, it's like, what haven't like? Is there a specific thing that they were set out to accomplish and they haven't done?
$2,000 instead of 600. Wouldn't even allow a vote.
No, I'm talking
Well,
about as individual.
As individual
Senators and
people, yeah. I mean, they should fucking have that.
It's
They're so disconnected from their constituents.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
a-
fucking insane. So I mean,
I know
that
that
prevents
part.
them from making better decisions as a union. If they had younger people that could connect with us,
which
And-
actually the two Democrats in Georgia are pretty young
brother.
compared to the rest.
Well, look at what we got with Senator Tom Cotton.
True. And fucking, what's his name? Missouri dude. Hollandaise sauce. I can't remember this fucking name.
Hollandaise sauce.
I don't know. It's Hollanday or something like that. I can't remember his last name, but he's real young too.
But they
And-
got in there and they got corrupt because of the fucking old heads.
This one's not even corrupt. The Missouri one, he's doing everything he possibly can to make himself look good to do a presidential run eventually.
Nice.
But that's my thing. Like, has Tom Cotton been corrupted, or has he always been corrupt?
I think when he was in the military, probably wasn't.
How do you know? So that's going to be my new thing. How do you know? How do you
Yeah,
know?
like that's the thing. Like we can't know
I
because we
know.
don't know him personally.
We're-
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't trust any politician.
yeah, they're all pieces
Now,
of shit.
I have this feeling that, when politicians start young and they get into it, yeah, I mean, the reason most people get into politics or become a politician of any sort is because they do want to help people. They do want to help their community. But somewhere along the way, because of the nature of the beast,
The lobbyists go in there to fucking throw millions of
Right.
dollars, and then now a bank wrote the fucking law.
I think that there are still people out there that say, no, I'm not here for you. I'm here for my people that put me in this position.
For the moment.
But I don't feel like, I mean, they're far and few between.
Yeah.
And because there's so few of them, it's hard for them to make a difference in a bigger scale of
I
things.
don't think there's any left once they get it. I think they're hit by lobbyists too quick, too soon,
What about Bernie?
even before they get in there. I mean, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think I mean, there's so many of them. I could never be able to tell you who all of them are,
True, but
And so I feel
this right here though is why I said we would never go to a UK medical system because this country has way too many fucking insurance companies.
pharmacy.
As soon as that
Yeah.
shit comes up, they're gonna call their people to go talk to these senators and be like, "Hey, if you vote no, $2 million."
Yeah.
Who's gonna say fucking no to that?
That's how
Nobody's gonna
that's
say
how
no
people
to that.
getting like $174,000 salary becomes millionaires in
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah, that's why every one of them have got
It's not because they invest right.
at least 2 houses. Look at fucking Klobuchar. She just lost the Georgia seat. Her husband works at the Dow Jones stock market.
Mm.
A year and a half ago, or no, it was right before Corona hit. He saw it coming from China, and he pulled out his stock and all this shit, and he told her to also, which is illegal because that's her
That's
finding out
insider
something.
trading. Yeah.
And they didn't do shit. Nobody did anything. It was
That's-
proven that she did this shit. She
If-
said,
She was
I
one
don't
of
know.
4.
yeah, she
One of
said,
4
she
that
said,
did
I don't
this.
know. I just had a feeling I needed to do it, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit.
it seems
No.
like all these people that's been in there for fucking ever, nothing's gonna get better with them. They proved that in the last year.
Well, then maybe,
Get fucking rid of them. But like in my mind, I think this will never happen, obviously. But if you take them out in the street and you drag them apart with horses and tell the new people coming in there, if you do this shit, this is happening to fucking you, motherfuckers.
Okay, how about we just tone that back a little bit and let's give them term limits.
okay,
But they also
before we do that, let me say my thing. This
Okay.
before turning the thing. Maybe because there was another news story today. Do you remember when Trump bombed that Iranian dude?
and almost
who
started
killed
World War
Yeah.
III at the
year-
beginning
yeah.
of the year. Yeah.
Well, so next Wednesday is the 1 year
Right.
anniversary. So there's supposed to be a plane crashing into the Capitol next Wednesday, according to a phone call that they heard that the FBI knows about.
Well, why couldn't we just get it all out in the first week of January and just have done that yesterday, and then we just
No,
take
no.
care of a lot of shit?
No. This is how it works. 2020 was every month. 2021 is going to be every fucking week.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So, no, my thing is let's give them term limits, right?
Yeah.
But they all get like an
It's the
assistant.
president.
Yeah, but they all get like an assistant, that is being groomed and trained to either take their place or help the next person that's voted into their place, right? So that
Wow.
because I feel like somebody with some sense needs to be in there. I don't feel like just anybody needs to be in politics.
Right, but then all the lobbyists
All
to
the-
do is contact that assistant that's going to be there every fucking year to update the new person coming in.
That almost kind of seems like, for us anyways, that teaches the next generation bad habits.
Not if you get the right person to begin with. Is what I'm
That's
saying.
hard. That's hard to do, though. It's hard
This-
enough to find somebody who fucking
this-
do just a simple job.
The entire country is based around money. I mean, eventually that dude's going to crack. The amount's going to be correct, where that guy is going to say, okay, well, I don't believe in this thing that they want me to tell my new senator to pass, but I'm going to put it on his desk and tell him it's a good idea and shit because he doesn't know any better.
I mean, do you guys not think that this is already happening? There's assistants that do this all the time.
Oh, yeah, I know. But they leave with the senators when the senators get voted out.
Yeah.
And the new senators people come in,
Mhm.
which that needs to happen, but it needs to be the same term limits as the fucking president. 4 to 8 years, that's it. Somebody else.
I want to know how lobbying came to be.
It got
It's just simple bribery, is all that
it
shit is.
put back in. I believe, don't quote me on this, I could be completely wrong, but I believe when the bill came back up to reinstate the assault rifle ban, the Democrats wouldn't vote on it as long as lobbying came back or something of that nature, because it was gone for a long time, many years. Because they did it way back in the 40s and 50s and 30s and shit like that. And then it disappeared. It got banned. And the super PACs got banned and all that shit. But then I believe in the early 2000s, it was right around the same time that damn assault rifle ban, when it ended. I think that's when it came back up.
Okay, hear me out. I got a new one.
Here we go. I love the face. You guys see the face? You know what that face means? This is going to be crazy.
Okay, so 4 to 8 years, and all of them have to live in the same household,
I knew it.
like Big Brother style. Okay, and they can't have contact from the lobbyists at all. Just family and friends. That's it. And if their bank accounts jump an exorbitant amount, then we all know what's going on, and they're booted out, and the next guy gets booted in.
Who's checking their Swiss bank account?
Their Swiss bank accounts. Well, not them because they won't have access to them.
Did you guys see that head shake she just did?
It'll be like the Real World
Yeah.
on MTV.
Mm-hmm. Our Big Brother. It would be the Big Brother.
I haven't seen that
She's
show,
got
but-
magician eyes right now,
Yeah.
and she is like
Jazz hands.
going at
I'm
it.
sorry, jazz hands.
Nice.
No, but I mean, like, if you okay, yeah, let's just cut off all communications. Like, if you really want this job, you're just gonna have to fucking deal with it. You know, and
Hell, that won't happen.
let's storm the Capitol and make it happen, because this is what we want. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
It's just simple. I mean, we need term limits for Congress and Senator.
That's still not gonna.
Well, we have it for Congress, but not senators. Senators can be in there for fucking ever.
But that's, I mean,
That's
okay,
when Congress
shorter
steps into
term
fucking Senate.
limits for Congress.
And I don't even think it should be 4 to 8 years. I think 10 to 12 years should be the maximum for any of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I think it should be 4 to 8.
I just feel like 8 is a little shy of being able to accomplish some really big things. And I don't want any of them to be in the middle of getting something that could be great accomplished and not be able to finish it out because the next guy that comes in doesn't have the same mindset or the same values as that one. You know what I mean? How about we tell them, okay, you got this job for 10 years, but if you fuck up within the first 4, you are out and your runner up is in.
How about 8 and 12?
Okay.
Or 10. That way,
I said
if
10, but 10.
8 and 10.
46 and 2.
That's a good song.
25 and 64.
No, 8 and 10 because like let's say we voted for this and it started at the beginning term of a new president. Okay, so they got 4 years with either their party or not their party for 4 years, right? But they also have another 4 years either with their party or not their party. And if it's with their party the whole time, and then he gets booted and then it's the other side, they have 2 years to make their last stand on anything they try to get accomplished.
Like they need to do a filibuster on their last day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's do or die time. Like, you gotta get this
Now's
done.
your time, motherfucker. Get it?
Mhm.
I don't know.
I can't believe that didn't work with Bernie.
Mhm. Oh, 100%.
Did you see any of that shit? Okay, all he was trying to do was get the 600 raised to 14. That was it. There was no bill. It was just an add-on to the $600. There was nothing else added in. There was nothing changed. There was nothing done. It was just instead of 6, we're giving them 2,000 total. So 1,400 extra added in. Every fucking time since Mitch McConnell was the majority leader, every time they pleaded for a
Oh, he's saying
Just a
socialism
vote.
for rich people.
no, just a vote. He would object. McConnell would object, and because he's the majority leader of all of the Senate, because Republican controlled the Senate, and he was picked as majority leader. As soon as he says objection, they got to try and persuade him again. And all these people get up and talk and say their shit. And then they do another thing. Can we at least have a vote? I object. Every fucking time, man.
I would just like
We didn't
to.
even let them vote.
I would love to know. I would just love to ask Mitch McConnell. How does it feel to be a minority?
I mean, you should have seen all their faces last night. Dude, if you saw, I'll show you the video when we get done. Fucking Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham. You know Lindsey
I
Graham?
have no idea who that
He's the one
is.
that sounds gay.
Oh,
when
it's
he's
a
swearing.
he.
He was, dude. He was all with Trump, and when as soon as Trump said the Georgia thing, they cheated, need to go back and do the recounts. he was like on the phone with that fucking governor. We need to do Lindsey Graham. We need to do the recount. Trump's right about this. Blah blah blah. Last night he was like, "Fucking done." After all the protests and shit, people broke in. I can't do this shit anymore. There's no goddamn evidence. I mean, he was like yelling. He was like animated doing this whole shit in front of the Senate. I was like, I haven't seen this dude move this much ever. It was crazy.
Yeah, there were a bunch of them that were scared last night.
Yeah.
I think it kind of dawned on them what enabling a narcissist has done for them.
Well, I really hope this. Well, it's not going to, because in June of last year, fucking DC was burning to the fucking ground. But
Oh, Black Lives Matter stuff.
it's both parties are doing it, and yeah, they're going to be afraid for their life or whatever for like a couple hours.
It's never gotten this close though. No one's ever been able to get into the fucking Capitol.
But they need to realize they are the fucking public's servants. They're not no high and mighty motherfuckers. They need.
You should have heard how many of them last night after, because they all had all these big speeches written up, and almost every one of them got up there was like, "I had a speech, but after this just happened, I'm just gonna wing it because
I ain't sticking around to see what happens after midnight.
right, pretty much, you know."
The kids last night, I came home and they were like, I said something, and they're like, "Yeah, we heard a little bit of what's going on," and so we're talking about it, and I was like, "So essentially, it's the purge," and it's the purge taking place at the Capitol today. This is the first city they're doing it in, so we're gonna see how this goes today.
It wasn't just there. Though. I mean, it was
There was in Little Rock.
Yeah.
Big shit shows.
every capital,
Yeah.
every capital in every state. There was protesters.
Okay,
Just
so-
like it was in June of last year. Fucking.
But I mean, since the Capitol's the big news, I don't know if anything else happened at any other place.
Yeah.
So-
I hadn't heard
so-
anything.
do you see a difference in the Black Lives Matters riots and stuff like that, and the protests and stuff like that, and what happened yesterday?
Absolutely not. If you're out there destroying people's property that they've worked their whole fucking life to make this business, and you're gonna burn that shit down, you should be fucking executed right then. That sh-
But what
and
about
I
the
know
people-
they're not. I mean, that's extreme, but goddamn, that fucking pisses me off.
okay, but what about the people who were like, I don't care that they burn my stuff down because their message needs to be heard. There were several business owners
Sure.
that said that.
Oh,
They were
man.
like, yes, it sucks and I'm going to have to start over. He's like, but I understand why this happened and I'm okay with it.
Well,
I'm not though, dude.
But-
That's fucked up to do to other people.
It's probably insured anyway, so.
that's what I'm gonna say. Thinking from the other side, they're fine with it. They're not gonna fight them about it because they're just gonna get the insurance money, and it's
Start
probably worth way more than what.
And again,
it
again,
may
another one of
be.
those we don't know the situation. So it
Right.
may be they were about to go into bankruptcy.
Yeah, true that.
This
Or
just saved them.
Maybe they got some outside investor, or their spouse to cover all the costs.
And now-
But the people that got killed in this shit,
Yeah.
on either one of them, the one
Yeah.
last year, the
Mhm.
one last night, you can't fucking bring them back. But why did it get to that fucking point?
Well, I mean, yesterday it got to that fucking point because they stormed and tried to break into the Capitol with all these heads of state and stuff like that in there. I mean,
I think the last time it happened was like 1814
Yeah.
or some shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
But-
that's what they were saying.
yeah, that was the last
The
time
senators were saying that last.
when they were like, "Burn, motherfucker, burn," and they burnt down the fucking White House. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that you can't sneak up on the goddamn Secret Service and not expect to get shot. That's not going to
Yeah.
happen. So all these
This
people.
wasn't the Secret Service.
No, the Secret Service was there because the president-elect was there too.
No, the vice president was there.
Pence was there, which
Talking
they
about
got
the
Secret
Capitol?
Service for him.
Yeah, Biden wasn't there.
I could have swore I heard somewhere he was there. Regardless, Secret Service was there, and the
But
pictures you see of the
They
guys
have their
holding
own it's called the Capitol Police.
right, which are just glorified park rangers.
Well, I mean, they carry guns. You know, that's how.
So do our park rangers,
Okay.
and they can give you tickets too. So you know,
I don't know,
Oh, you're
but to
talking
answer your
about
question, like
Game and
I think if
Fish.
you're out there just burning and fucking just really fucking shit up, that's domestic terrorism in my book,
it is. But you know, to be if
regardless of which side
you
you
know
vote for.
the one
I don't give a
picture
fuck about
that
that.
you were talking about where they had the guy like sticking his face through the broken glass and there's a gun pointed at him.
I'm trying to get a hold of you about your extended car warranty.
Yeah. Okay. So imagine being on the inside behind that guy holding the gun.
Mhm.
How terrified you were at that moment. Because you don't know what's going on. It's not like they got a memo. Hey,
Yeah.
today at noon, you know.
Yeah,
Okay, but in the beginning, it was different. Like, I don't know who threw the first stone, but in the beginning,
Well, I don't think that the congressmen were sitting in there like, you know, I'm fucking bored.
someone's like, when the protesters first showed up, it was peaceful. And cops were taking selfies with them, and the Capitol Police were taking selfies with them. And then I don't know what the fuck happened to make it go from that to what it ended up. But if that would have been a Black Lives Matter group, there would be no selfies.
No.
no, there absolutely would. There's fuck tons of like pictures of cops taking
After the
selfies
fact.
with after the fact or during.
I'm pretty sure most of those selfies were taken after. It might have been during, but it was only during when they were like outside. Like if it wasn't like the selfies that I seen were like people, cops and regular people standing outside of businesses and trying to keep looters away and things like that. You know what I mean? And then afterwards they would take another picture together, like, you know, we did this, we stopped this from
But see, the
happening.
difference is the Capitol Police and the DC Police opened the fucking Capitol doors before any of the rioting started and let them in.
Yesterday?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's where most of the selfies and stuff were taken.
Mhm. They were inside the building before shit
Before
Oh.
any of
before.
the
I
rioting.
thought they fucking like stormed it and kicked the doors down
No,
and shit.
no.
I don't
They
know.
didn't
Inner-
storm the outer.
Yeah,
They
the inner door.
it was the
Before you get-
Congress Hall where they
Yeah.
were meeting is where they stormed into.
yeah. As soon as that shit started happening, that's when everything went to shit.
I don't know enough about that building to even.
Oh,
I don't know shit about it.
But I mean, just like any Capitol building, you know, you walk into it and you know, there's going to be this decorative, you know, let's go,
Bobby.
yeah, take pictures with the statues kind of bullshit, you know. But then they've got, you know, almost a lot of times it'll look like you've been to our state capitol. No.
I have no interest to ever go to that shithole.
He's
fucking
allergic to that like he is lettuce.
Well, I mean, you walk in and it kind of reminds you of like a courthouse, you know, except it's got a shit ton more seats and stuff like that, you know. And that's always locked when they're doing voting and things like that. And
Yeah.
that's where these people, and that's why that glass is broken in that picture, because they were trying to get in and they finally got in. But at that point that they got in, Capitol Police had kept them back long enough
for everybody,
for
like
everybody
most
to evacuate
people evacuate.
out.
Yeah,
Then everybody, the Capitol Police and everybody evacuated out, and that's when people were going in and climbing the walls and taking pictures and stealing podiums and gavels and the pictures. I told him, I was like, it's almost like they went and took a tour and they're like, look what I got at the gift store, you know, and they're like walking out with a podium, and I'm like, what?
well, I don't understand from either side what is the point of fucking looting and stealing and all this shit.
Yeah.
If you're trying to make a fucking point, that's the wrong fucking point you want to make. Let's burn all the cop cars. Let's burn the police station down. Let's fucking storm the Capitol and fuck up all their shit.
Again, like we
That's
said before,
stupid as
there's always
fuck to
going to
me.
be freeloaders. There's always going to be people like that.
Yeah.
There's
That's-
always going to be that
it's-
one person that instigates, and then this herd mentality sets in, and everybody's like, "That sounds like a fucking good idea. Let's go do that." You know.
I see, like, the more of that shit I see, the more, like, I don't want to be a part of this fucking earth no more. Fucking, I mean,
We need to go back to the alien voices. I don't know. I feel bad for anybody who loses their life trying to defend what they believe in. But I don't believe that the people who actually broke into that inner part of that building yesterday were fighting for something they believed in. I think they were trying to just be assholes. They were just trying to say, look what I can do, you know?
which is what the people burning the cop cars and taking their little Antifa city and all that shit. That's what they're
Yeah.
doing. They're not making good fucking
Yeah. I th-
points to their
I
cause. It's
think-
just being dickheads.
I think in both groups, you have people who are there because there's something important that needs to be said or done.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
you get these assholes that first of all probably aren't really there because they believe in the cause. They're there because there's a group of people and they want to see what's going on. They want to be part of it and they want to show off and they want to, those personality types are the type of people who are going to start shit like this and then turn around and blame another portion. So, like, if you look at the breakdown of how all this stuff happened, it starts out, oh, it's a peaceful protest. Then it turns into, okay, well, they're getting a little rowdy. And then it turns into, oh, the cops are cool. They're taking pictures with us. And then it turns into, holy fuck, what just happened? And it's that split second when one asshole gets out of line, when he's doing something to show off.
Yeah.
And then
it's like
everybody else.
that's the catalyst. Yeah.
Everybody else is like, oh, well, look what he's doing. I can do that. I can do better. And then it's all, let's storm the inner city. It's so it gets out of hand. You don't need those people there who aren't really there for the cause, that are just there to cause a scene, and I think that's important on both sides there.
How are you gonna pick them out? Though?
Well, I'm not saying you can. I'm just saying that in every group there's going to be a one fucking asshole that's going to do that one stupid thing that just snowballs everything else,
Yeah, because when you see, I don't know, 40 cops and 45,000 people against these 40 cops, guess who's gonna win?
Well, technically, all
The
three.
National Guard.
Yeah.
They have the call.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
called it.
know.
Yeah.
But that was after, because there's only 2,000 Capitol cops for all three shifts. So even if they'd gotten all three of them there, all three shifts there at the same time, it wouldn't have helped. But what happened was, instead of calling the National Guard when they could see the amount of people that were showing up there, Trump put them on hold. Trump was the one who was in charge of that.
Put them on hold.
He put them on hold.
I didn't know that.
He put them on hold until
Is
it
this
became.
fake news.
No.
Where'd you hear this?
I was watching another podcast actually. I won't give that name away. And
Thanks.
yeah,
Traitor.
close. At any rate.
I'm offended.
It was right before this. You guys were playing with the VR anyway, so
This was fucking today.
yeah, today. And I can't
Are you
remember.
trying to get pointers?
No, I watched them all the time anyway, so they were actually.
We're having a conversation after this. People.
Finish this conversation, then we can go into that conversation. So they flashed up the news that was showing that, so I can go back and try to watch that later and find it. But if it makes you feel any better, I didn't finish that podcast. Don't you love it when people do that?
Are you going to continue your story?
Yeah. So he put them on hold until it was too late. By the time he called in the National Guard, they were already storming. And then the city goes into, well, there's going to be a curfew. And this curfew was a strict curfew. You couldn't go out for a walk. You couldn't go ride a bike.
Yeah,
You couldn't
6
do any
p.m.
of that. Yeah, 6 p.m.
Yeah, the mayor put that
Yeah.
on for DC. So I can't attest to that. I don't know if that happened or not because that might be fake podcast news. But what I did see or hear was Trump's address to the people when the protest started.
Mm.
Did you see that?
I've seen several. Well, I didn't see that. I saw his tweets before and after.
Yeah, he actually said this needs to be peaceful,
Lawful.
and lawful. We need to let them do their thing, but it was still fraud. That's you can't say both things
Yeah.
in the same fucking sentence and expect people to calm down.
You say it was fraud?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Talking about the voter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
He said they need to do their jobs, but it's still fraud. In the same fucking sentence.
And then
So that's like, okay, everybody calm down. Oh, wait, it's fraud. Kill him.
and he had a few tweets like that yesterday. And one of them was everybody needs to go home. And something else. And then he said, I love you.
Well,
You sound like Kermit the Frog went,
the 20th starts a new era, so I mean, I'm still gonna go to work. If I can come home, eat, go to bed, get up, and go do the same shit again.
I still don't understand, like, a lot of times these protests and things get out of hand and they get so far distracted from what they're trying to accomplish. I know it's not all of
I
them.
think because they don't have like a leader.
Yeah.
Like Martin Luther King was the focal point for, all the civil rights shit going on. I'm not gonna say all of it, most of it. And because he was like the leader of all that shit, they didn't really get out of line. I mean, they knew what objective they needed to do to prove their point and not go destroy everything in their fucking path, That was not his vision.
Yeah.
But we don't have just a hierarchy or a leader like that anymore. It's just
This is what it all boils down to. Everything that goes on in this nation and around the world. Raise your children right.
no shit.
And balance. It's all about balance.
And I guess, but we're in a bubble. Yeah, we're in a small little
Right.
bubble that the rest of the world's
Is laughing at right now.
Yeah, because they think we're stupid.
But they have their issues too. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, when you say raise your children right, it's not that I disagree with you, but I always think back to things I think about, like if you're because there were so many times I've argued with so many people about equality between like the black and white communities and shit like that, and how a lot of people that I've argued with, they're like, oh, it's the same. And I'm like, no. And they'd say, well, do you think a white kid would have the same opportunities as a black kid in this day and age? And I'm like, no. And they would argue with me more. And my point would always be, look, if you're a black kid and you get raised in a gang area, which we don't really have here, and if we do, it's negligible. When you get to a certain age, a lot of time it's you're going to come with me on this drive by, or your house is going to get shut up tonight. In that situation, that's the only thing that kid knows, whether he wants to better himself and-
participate or not.
yeah. So yeah, it's not the same. It's not. But I do believe that if it was some sort of, not gang territory, some suburban area, even if it's an all black community suburban area, those kids probably do have the same as white kids.
I think it depends on what you're talking about. Are you talking about college? Which college? I think the further we get into time here, that things are slowly changing. We're getting rid of these old farts are fucking dying off left and right. Thankfully, we
Yeah,
don't have
but
to deal
I
with
mean,
that old school thinking.
I think I read somewhere in some science magazine or something. This was probably 5 years ago or so. They predicted by 2070 you won't even be able to distinguish white and black people apart because we're going to mix so much.
You mean South Park was right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Simpsons
I
probably
don't
has a
wanna
fucking
learn
episode on
language.
that.
But I mean, I've never understood it.
So-
a few different features and melatonin, or is it not melatonin?
Yeah, that puts you to
No,
sleep.
it's melanin, but
Melanin,
melatonin
thank you.
is what makes you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I always fuck that up.
but
That took a really dark turn really quick.
Yeah.
A few different features and some melatonin.
does it, like, in 2021, is it harder for a black person to get into Harvard than it is a white person? I have no idea because I'm not smart enough to get into a fucking college like that. But not that I'd ever want to go deal with them people anyways.
No.
I'm not gonna wear a fucking polo shirt and some little dainty shorts with fucking penny loafers. What the fuck kind of fashion is that?
Dude, you should get some of those. You ever see those 5-toed shoes?
They wear those a lot in the ER. I mean, I've seen that.
You should get some of those that have on penny loafers and wear a penny on each toe.
Oh my god, dude. Ugh. Ugh. I cannot stand to see like the frat boy Kyle running around fucking
Oh yeah,
got their little
Those-
button up
the
polos.
frat boys are Chads.
Oh, that's what
the,
Chad.
The
Yeah, yeah.
opposite of Karen is Kevin. That's
I thought it was Brad.
I know a Kevin.
so.
I know a couple Kevins.
Maybe it's Kyle.
Kyle's the one who drinks Monster and punches holes in sheetrock all the time.
Then it's not Kyle. It would have to be Karen and Kevin. They sound too much alike.
But yeah, I don't know. That's probably one thing I wouldn't go to college. I wouldn't want to have to be in the same room with them.
No. This is why I went high school in 10th grade. It was starting. I was getting to that age where I was seeing all that shit, and I was like, "Can't do this."
I saw it. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. It just did my own shit anyways.
Yeah, me and the one buddy I had in high school, like, we just go out in the woods. We just go walk around in the woods, find snakes, find
And then they wrote the story of deliverance.
find creeks to drink out of.
Before they were born, too. It's fascinating.
I don't know. I don't know if they have a harder time getting into Harvard or not.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean,
Because
the
of
way
their
things-
because of their background. I don't know if like there's people in Harvard's administration
Not
that
only
still
why
have
the
some
fuck
sort
does
of
it
bias.
matter these days?
I don't know, but
What are you gonna do if you get out of Harvard? Be a lawyer,
Doctor.
doctor?
that may be all the things they offer. I don't know. I don't know
There's
nothing
some
about
other
Harvard.
schools, even like online schools, that almost every company's gonna be like, "Yep, okay, boss, manager, CEO, what the fuck ever. You have the right stuff."
Credentials, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's now. But it hasn't always been like that.
I know, but
It's
especially
even like
That's what I'm saying,
recently, like the '60s is still in my mind kind of recent. That's not too far before we came around.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That was like back then. They did look at stuff like that and say, okay, you've got what it takes to do this job, and you've got the job. Now it's like, okay, you've done the work, you've done the classes, but what do you really know?
I think should be set more up like well, like filmmakers, because a production company or a director doesn't give a shit what degree you have. They want to see what you've done, just like artists.
They want a portfolio.
Yeah, they want to see your reel and video and stuff like that, things you film or art you've done or shit like that. Even game design companies. If you want to be an artist for a game design company, they want to see the shit you've done, not
Yeah.
what fucking college you graduated from, and you're gonna get the job. I think everything should be like that because
I do too.
your talent depicts
Yeah, there
how
should be
good you are.
there should be
That
skills
piece
testing.
of paper just means you know how to take tests.
On almost like every application for any business you'll ever fucking see, it asks, are you Hispanic, non-Hispanic, white, black? What the fuck does that matter?
You don't have to fill that part out.
No, but it shouldn't even
I'm
be
just
there.
thinking,
You know,
if you
that's
can't look at me and tell what I am, you might need to go.
Yeah,
back
but
to
he's talking
college.
about
Well-
the application before the interview.
I know.
why the fuck is that even there?
I don't
That shouldn't matter, not a little bit. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't give a fuck if you go home and fuck your own family members. I don't give a shit.
Okay, I'm just gonna say you should probably care about that. That's pretty gross.
As
Yeah,
long as
you
they do
should probably
as
put a
long as they
stop
do
to
the
that.
job.
As long as you're not doing it at work, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And you're not coming to work drunk or high. I don't give a fuck what you do off time. Come to work, do your job, do it well to the best of your abilities, and go home. Support your family. Do whatever the fuck you do. But color should have no bearing in that shit at all. And I don't even know why it's on the
Well,
fucking
I
application.
believe that every place that's hiring, especially something that's a well-paying job, there should be skills testing.
Absolutely. And for our career fields, there is a lot of that. Thank God.
But
Fuck.
like where we used to work, it used to drive me crazy because they would just hire anybody off the street. And when I say that, I'm being serious. One day they were doing like a little hiring day and they were having people come in. This homeless woman wandered into the break room and they gave her an application and they were going to put her to work. And I'm like, well, that's great. I mean, I'm all for the homeless getting a job, but she was
Yeah,
fucking batshit crazy. And I know this because my uncle used to be married to her. So
yeah, there's, man, I wish there was better mental health support
Listen,
for homeless people because there's a lot of them running around Hot Springs. There's a lot of them running around here that ain't right in the head.
the same company that she's talking about, they would hire people and I would have to train them. Now, on your application, it does ask if you have any kind of computer experience. I am not shitting you when I say, all right, now move your mouse up to this program. This is a screen. This is the mouse. This is the lady. Not playing.
or what's a mouse?
Yeah.
What do you mean? And they're like literally looking for a mouse, like a mouse.
I mean,
an animal.
I straight up, when that lady did that, that was like the worst experience I ever had trying to train people. I literally said, hold on a second, walked into the hiring lady's room and said, what is wrong with you? Why would you I still worked for them. I was still part of that temp agency when I did this. But I was like, why would you hire anybody with no freaking kind of they've never touched a computer in their life. The closest thing to a computer that they've touched is a typewriter.
And we were using Unix back then.
Yeah.
You try teaching somebody who's never touched a computer how to use Unix to open up a computer?
Unix, do you mean they don't have a gender?
That's the most horrible drum sound I've ever heard in my life.
It's like a fart.
There we go.
It's a fart.
But
I think
yeah.
it was because it was a missing tooth and
Yeah.
just a bunch of air came through. And no, that's
Yeah, I think I fucked up a lot of the letter F sounds last night. It's the date I had. That's probably why there's not going to be a second date.
Okay, so tell us about the date.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On the internet forever.
Hell right. She's a lot more religious than I am, so it didn't work out that way. But it was actually really fun.
Did she say what denomination?
Christian?
Just Christian.
I don't know.
Basic Christian.
He's like, that's how our religious differences were brought to light because I didn't know what she was.
Yeah, probably. But
She like
Like-
jumps each Sunday.
we talked
Saturday
about
and
traveling,
Sunday.
photography, all kinds of shit. And it was fun, but like anytime I said anything with like the letter F in it, maybe it was my nerves because she was like way out of my league. But it was just like it's kind of I'm sure that was a turn on.
So what did y'all do?
We went to have dinner. Pretty much it was
how long did it last?
about 2.5 hours. Yeah, we talked for a long time.
Okay, so what did she say? Like, how did you figure out that this was not going to work out?
Oh, today she sent me a text message and was just like, "Hey, it was really fun, but we're too far apart, faith and values wise or whatever." I was like, "All right, cool, whatever, I mean, at least you're honest. You're not trying to waste either one of our time." So,
She was
Good luck.
older than him too.
yeah, good luck. It is what it is.
How much older?
4 years, which ain't bad. I definitely look older,
She's older than me. I'll say that.
but I looked older than she did.
Everybody in the group knows how old I am.
Are you the oldest one out of all of
I
us?
think so.
Yeah, he is.
Even like the ones from out of state and shit.
Doesn't support that.
Nobody's fucking talking to you, woman.
She does it to me all the time. It scares the shit out of me, especially when the
She
kids.
does it to me when you're down here. Somebody just sent me a Russian link to click if we want to become famous.
Take your shirt off, babe. Hurry up.
A Russian link?
I mean, it's not RU, so
Oh, suka blit. You know what that means? Fucking shit.
Okay, so that reminds me. So
we're multicultural.
I
Yeah.
told you about I was late to work yesterday because he got me a new phone for Christmas and I hadn't like set any of my alarm tones or anything. So whatever alarm it was on was some kind of like really like foresty fairy music and it didn't wake me up.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't wake me up either.
So the first thing I did was change my alarm tone. But then last night when I got home, I started assigning ringtones to everybody again because I had it for him and for my daughter, but I decided I was going to assign ringtones to you and your sister, or I might not have gotten to you, but I did get your sister, and I got my mom and my stepdad. So, do you guys want to hear what I assigned to everybody? Because I'm kind of proud of this. Let me pull them up.
We're gonna get in trouble for copyright infringement.
No, I only play a little bit. You guys should be able to get them pretty easy. So.
I will,
Okay, so
for sure.
this is what I assigned to your sister. Stop that. New phones. New phones.
Yeah, Dad has a new phone. It's an iPhone, and he's not doing well with it.
It's because it's an iPhone, right?
Well, it's just because it's modern.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He really needs like an old school Nokia or like a fucking brick phone or something. He's like so rough with this thing because he has like no dexterity left.
You listening?
Yeah.
So this is her ringtone.
My sister's ringtone. What's the
I don't know. I just like the thought of every time your sister calls me, I'm gonna think of Butthole Surfers and let the motherfucker burn. Because I've said that to your sister a few times. Like, just let it go. Let the motherfucker burn. Okay.
maybe that's why she drives like she does.
Because she's on fire.
Yeah, maybe.
That's his picture, first of all.
She always uses that picture.
I love it.
I remember that year.
Me too.
That was a good year. So this is his ringtone. Every time he calls me, this is plays. Now on my old phone, I had clipped out certain parts that I liked for these people, so or for these songs. This is my mom. Cool. Not that. This.
Can't be doing that stuff, honey. This will not be able to go on YouTube with your stuff.
Really hear it.
Do what?
Nothing.
YouTube's algorithms are insane.
All right. Last one then, and like, what's the cutoff? They're like,
There shouldn't be any of them. Just tell us the name of it.
it's
What is it for and what's the
It
name of the
was
song?
Blake and it was Duhast. Okay.
Does Blake
Blake
like
is her
Rammstein?
stepfather.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah. No, I just thought it was hilarious. Seems so not like him. Kind of want to like be around these people when they call me.
For mine, he's the Lucky Charms theme song. Lucky Charms.
That's what your theme could be.
No, for Blake.
Oh,
That's what it is.
because he's a short little Irishman.
I get it now. It makes sense. Yeah. Not gonna lie, like if I seen either one of them, I would probably not even recognize them out in public,
They wouldn't know who you are either.
Yeah.
and I'm completely fine with that.
And mom's lost a lot of weight.
That's true.
I mean, she's not nearly as big as she was when I was in school. So
I might would be like, they look familiar, and just keep going about my day. Or if I see somebody that looks familiar, like in Walmart, I duck and weave and go through like.
I mean, yet again, another reason why I like wearing a mask. I walk by people I know all the time, and I don't say shit to them, and they don't realize it's me. Look,
Oh yeah,
especially because I
saw-
changed my hair color.
Actually, the other day at the gas station, I saw a girl I went to school with. She didn't recognize me because I had a mask on. She didn't have one on. And then I saw somebody that I know, but I know I hate them, but I can't remember who it was. Anyway, they didn't recognize me either because I had a mask on. It's good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, even when like the Rona's over with, I still kind of want to wear one just so people don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear my sunglasses
I mean,
and
they might
fucking.
stay 10 feet away from you because once it's over, they might think you're just sick.
Yeah.
That you're just trying to protect other people by wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that might be the perfect way to go to town.
Yeah.
I don't like the only time I have an issue wearing a mask. Like in the beginning, and I was like making my own mask out of like handkerchiefs and stuff. It was really thick and super hot, and so if I had to go to Walmart or Kroger or somewhere like that, I mean, Walmart already makes me sweat. Like I just don't like going to Walmart, but then people are like right next to me, and panic sits in, and I can't breathe, and I'm sweating, and it's like I'm at the mall or something, and I can't stand it. But now I've got the masks that I've just been buying, and they're thinner, and I can breathe a little better, so it's not quite as bad. But like I like my mask. I have a really cool mask. So
I don't know if mine are cool, but it does prevent people from recognizing
the
me.
only other time that I have an issue wearing a mask is like today we got truck and I had to unload all that stuff and count it real quick so the truck driver could leave. And like I'm sweating and I've already kicked the air conditioner down to like 68, 70 in the store, and I was sweating and I'm like having a hard time breathing. And then I'm absolutely that person that when I get really hot, my nose starts running. So I'm wearing a mask. My nose is starting to run. I'm bending over to pick stuff up out of boxes and count it. And yeah, it was a cluster.
I get really fucking irritated, like when I start getting like really hot. And I just don't want people speaking to me really, like or saying dumb shit. So
Well-
if I'm at work and somebody asks me some dumbass question, I'm just like, go fucking find it out.
I think if nobody has anything else, I think we're gonna call it
Okay.
good.
I like boobies.
Me too.
Just throwing that out there.
I think we're all in agreement with it. Anyway, everybody have a good night. Say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
You're like a. You're, you got like dad jokes and the dad bod without kids. It's so fucking weird.
I'm like a baby goat. It's like I run around all willy nilly.
Who wants to milk whiskey?
Milk me.
I'll see you guys later.